Well, look at the state of poor old George Square. Let's just hope that the outcome is worth the process of doing it up and doesn't end up like a theme park. Anyway, join me today in Glasgow city centre. I don't usually do videos like this, but we're going to give it a try. I've been invited along to the launch of The Walk. The Walk is being put on by Requiem Glasgow to celebrate 850 years of Glasgow, which is this year, in the year 2025. It has been compiled by Aproxima, the art group, and narrated by the actor Gary Lewis, who you might know from Ned's, Outlander, Vigil, lots and lots of different things, but I've had the honour of being invited along to the launch of The Walk. It's a self-guided audio tour, so I'm off to the launch right now, where I'll get kitted up with my headphones, get given a map, and then I'll maybe take you along on the walk. If I don't, then check the description below. I will add the map, I will add a link to get all the files for the walk. I strongly encourage you to do the walk, even if you know Glasgow. I know Glasgow quite well. I'm excited to do the walk. So I'm heading up towards St.Mungo's Roman Catholic Church, where the walk will start, where I'll hopefully get to meet some of the actors behind the voiceovers, meet the people from Requiem, and we'll all set off from St.Mungo's Roman Catholic Cathedral to Glasgow Cathedral and the Necropolis. It's not raining too bad. This is Glasgow, this isn't rain. So I hope you'll join me along. I'll film as much as I can. Might not always be able to narrate to you, but first things first, I've got to get up the high street and meet everybody up at St.Mungo's. So hold on to your hats. I'll be back very shortly with more information about the walk. Some of this video I'm going to do from the desk in my house, in the warmth, in the dry. I'm going to leave outside Dave doing his outside bits, and then I'll add in some bits from the comfort of my house. I suppose I should explain who Glasgow Requiem are. Glasgow Requiem is a creative programme that spanned 5 years. They've designed public ceremonies, community archaeology projects, horticultural design, soundworks and live performances, all with the aim of promoting Glasgow's medieval roots in the run-up to its 850th year. So when I talk about Glasgow Requiem, that is who I'm talking about, and that is who has put on this walk for the benefit of the people of Glasgow. I'll tell you some more as we go along. So the walk starts at St.Mungo's Roman Catholic Chapel. If you don't know where that is, then I'm going to show you the way. Important thing to note, that is the Royal Infirmary to our left. That is the high street running away from us that passes St.Mungo's Religious Museum of Art and Life, the Province Lordship and the Cathedral. We are walking the other direction, continuing up the high street, so follow me. It's not that hard to find. Thankfully I was up here filming when I did my locations for Heavenly Pursuits, the Tom Conti Helen Mirren film. That is how I first found where the St. Mungo's Chapel is. If you need car parking, there are parking spaces here, but make sure your car is suitable for the low emission zone or you're going to get a ticket. So the entrance, or the quickest route I know of to get up to the chapel, is crossing these lights right here. So we're going to cross over here and go up that little path. You can go via the footbridge, which is just over there in the distance, but the way we're going to go is up this little path. It's time to butt in from Desk Dave one more time. It's so much easier doing this in the warmth when I can actually review what I've taken video of and then tell you something about what you're seeing. The This bit of Townhead has changed radically since the 1960s. As soon as that grand plan for an inner ring road was brought in and demolished swathes of tenements, lots of neighbourhoods get destroyed. I like to think optimistically, we didn't get the whole ring road, so only half of the city that was going to be destroyed was destroyed to make the ring road. Half of it survived. The High Street, Glasgow Green, all that survived the ring road. Right, I'm not moaning, I'm here for the walk. So the meeting point, or the official start for the walk, is outside St.Mungo's Roman Catholic Chapel. That's that ahead of us. Right up here in Parsons Street is the cathedral, the chapel. Strangely, there's another little hint to Glasgow's past. So if you do get here and you walk across the road, remember to turn around and have a look in the other direction. Yep, come on outside, Dave, walk the other way. If you walk away from the chapel, along a little path, there's a strange granite cube placed at the end of this path. That is to signify that near here, while it was still tenements, was where Charles Rennie Mackintosh grew up. So right in a tenement very close to here. So if you don't want to meet at the chapel, you can always meet at the Charles Rennie Mackintosh monument. Now as 1 o'clock neared, it was time for everybody that was there on the opening day to gather. Ultimately, it is a self-guided tour. You self-guide using your phone. You do not need to be with anybody else. As long as you've got headphones and a fully charged phone. The link to the walk is in the description below. It's in 5 parts, so you don't even have to do it in like one day. You can split it up into 5 parts. But to encourage people to come out and do it, every Saturday at 2 PM for May and for June, there will be an organised walk where you can do the walk as a group. So for May and June, from 2 PM on a Saturday, if you feel more comfortable doing it when you've got people around you, you can do that from 2 PM, meeting right here outside St. Mungo's Chapel. The route is clearly mapped. There's red circles on the route all the way around that you can follow, so you can't get lost. You can pick up paper maps from St. Mungo's Museum of Religious Art and Life. Those are available, but they're also available on the website, so you can download those maps onto your phone and follow the maps while you're walking. That's probably the easiest way to do it, but to be honest, the red circles are all there. You really can't get lost. Terrain wise, it's pretty easy going. There is one heavy flight of steps in the Necropolis, but there is a way around that. We all did it in the rain, hour and a half, got a little bit damp, nothing really seriously horrible. Once you've got your headphones on and you're lost in the talk, it's awesome. It really is awesome. So it's time for me to get into my Explorer bag, pull out my headphones, plug them in, find the web page and start the audio. So I'm going to go and start the audio. Now I'm not going to play any of the audio because I don't want to spoil it for you. It's too well made for me to go stealing bits out of. You just need to do that yourself, and you'll need to listen to the narration by Gary Lewis. It is properly awesome. There are tunes on there, there's stories on there, there's facts on there. couple of highlights from the tour that I really enjoyed. I really liked the part around the back of the cathedral where they take you down towards where there is graffiti carved into the stone from the 18th century. A lot of research must have gone into explaining what the backstory of some of that graffiti was. And while we're down there, you do get a voiceover and you do get to hear from Joe and Karen Gangel, who are the masons looking after the cathedral now. And who'd have thunk they had heard of my Astonishing Glasgow videos? So if you're watching right now, Joe and Karen, I hope you've put the stickers somewhere good. Now, a really poignant part for me was this avenue through the Necropolis. As you walk along here, the voiceover and the narration tells you the stories and the names of some of the people that are buried here. Really brings the graves alive. Really, really poignant. Now, the hardest part of the walk is going up these stairs. It's a short burst of stairs, but it's the most physically exhausting bit of the whole walk. The rest of it is smooth terrain, so if you need to avoid the stairs, you can go back the way you came and use the winding path that is a gentler slope to the top. When you do get to the top, there's even more narration, even more stories about those who are buried at the top of the hill. Of course, they are the richest people at the top. It is well worth climbing to the top of the hill to see that. The views are pretty spectacular as well, so once you have been up to the top and you have seen the merchants, the path and the walk will take you back down the other side to the dry gate side of the Necropolis. One of the truly remarkable things that Glasgow Requiem have done for this walk is they have planted bulbs on what was a communal grave pit. This is the site where, without ceremony, 8,094 people were buried in a common grave. So 2 years ago, Glasgow Requiem set out to plant bulbs and wildflower seeds here so that they would come to fruition in time for the walk. It really is a poignant moment. So that is where the walk finishes. What did I think of the walk? Well, let's hand over to Outside Dave and he can give you his opinion straight after doing the walk. I have just finished the walk. It led us all the way up to the top of the Necropolis. It's awesome. I definitely persuade you to go and check out the links below in my description. Come up to Townhead, start at the Roman Catholic Church at St.Mungo's. Really easy path to follow. Really awesome production. You will learn something, definitely. It is well worth an afternoon. Took about an hour and a half. It was a bit damp, but it was absolutely fine. It is Glasgow after all. So, thank you very much to Requiem for inviting me along, to the Aproxima group for putting together this awesome walk, narrated by Gary Lewis. Really strongly encourage you to come download it on your phone, bring along some headphones and do the walk. And if you do, let me know what you thought of it at the end, down in the description below. Normal video will be back next few days, hopefully. That'll give you time to go out and do the walk. Do the walk, do the walk. Don't make me come around there. Do the walk. I'm off now somewhere to get dry, to get warm and to get a drink. So comments below, all the usual bloody blahs. I'll see you soon.